Garmin just surprised everyone with one of the biggest firmware updates we've seen in a long time. And the best part, it's not just for their newest watches. The Fenix 8, the Enduro 3, and even the Fenix E all received this massive beta update. If you own any of these watches, this update could seriously change your experience. We're not talking about bug fixes or minor tweaks. This update packs in a long list of new tools, apps, and performance features that make your watch smarter, more helpful, and better for sports and everyday use. The update includes 3 major types of upgrades. First, there are brand new features that have never been seen before on any Garmin device. These are completely fresh additions that debut on this update. Second, Garmin has added a bunch of features from other models like the Forerunner 265, 570, 965, and 970. Many users have been asking if these upgrades would ever come to the Fenix and Enduro lines, and now they have. The third category is features from the recently released Garmin Fenix X1. All these changes come together in this one single beta update, bringing 28 new features in total. Now, if you're interested in trying this out, you'll need to sign up for Garmin's public beta program. It's simple. You enroll your device using Garmin Connect, then connect your watch to Wi-Fi, and the update will download and install automatically. It usually takes about 5 to 6 minutes to complete the whole installation process. Garmin expects this beta to roll out as a full update sometime in August, most likely mid-month. However, be aware that some features are not available yet in the beta version. For example, the ECG and dive apps are disabled for now. If you have a dive trip or need ECG features in the next few weeks, you should probably wait and avoid installing the beta. Once you're ready though, the process is smooth, quick, and easy to get up and running. Let's start with one of the more unexpected features, the calculator app. Yes, it sounds simple, but it's something a lot of users have wanted for a long time. Now, the watch has a built-in calculator you can access by pressing the upper right button, scrolling through the apps and selecting calculator. There's even a tip calculator built in. This lets you calculate how much to tip at restaurants and split the total among multiple people. It's handy, works well, and gives you results instantly. It's a small thing, but it's exactly a kind of practical tool that makes the Fenix feel more like a true SMARTWATCH. Another welcome addition is custom focus modes. When Garmin launched the Fenix 8, they talked about focus modes, but at that time, they were limited to just 2, activity and sleep. Now, you can finally create your own focus modes. You can name them, set their settings, and personalize them completely. Whether you want a focus mode for work, training, or winding down before bed, you can now do that directly on your watch. This gives you more control and allows your watch to better match your daily routine. Alongside that, Garmin has added an evening report feature. If you're already familiar with the morning report, this will feel similar. The evening report kicks in around the time you set, for example, 90 minutes before bedtime. It gives you a summary of your day, showing you your key health metrics, training progress, or anything else you choose to include. And yes, you can customize what appears in that report. If you're someone who likes to reflect on your day or just get a quick health check before sleep, this is a great feature to have. Even the morning report has been updated with more options, letting you add motivational messages or set what kinds of updates you want to see. Both of these reports help turn your watch into a daily wellness assistant, keeping you informed at the right times of day. Another small but important addition is the Garmin Alerts Notification Center. Before, things like low battery warnings or other system alerts would pop up briefly and disappear. Now they're grouped into a centralized notification center, similar to how text messages and app alerts appear. This change means you're less likely to miss a critical system message, and it keeps everything neat and easy to find later. Now let's talk about the workout upgrades, because there's a lot here. One of the biggest changes is support for structured multi-sport workouts. This means you can now build full triathlon-style sessions, including swim, bike, run combinations, all within one workout. These can be designed in Garmin Connect and pushed directly to your watch. The watch will then automatically move through each sport in the right order. You don't have to manually start and stop each part anymore. For triathletes, this update is a game-changer. To go with that, Garmin has also added support for coach triathlon plans. These are dynamic training plans built around your future race goals. Let's say you have a race coming up in a few months. You set the race date, and Garmin creates a full plan for you, including swim, bike, and run workouts. The plan will automatically adjust based on your sleep, stress, or skipped sessions. So if life gets in the way, and let's be honest, it always does, the watch adapts and keeps you on track. This feature already launched on the Forerunner and Fenix X1, but it's finally here for the Fenix and Enduro lines. Another new tool that might sound small but is incredibly useful is provisional finish point detection. Here's how it works. If you load a course onto your watch for a race and you go run that course, the watch will now recognize when you've crossed the finish line. If you forget to stop the watch, which happens more often than you think, it will detect the actual finish point and backdate the stop time to that moment. You can review this and decide whether to accept or reject the automatic finish. It saves time and removes the need to go back and edit your workout manually later. One of the more advanced additions is support for running tolerance and impact load factor. These are features that help you train smarter and avoid injury. The impact load factor looks at how hard your run is on your legs. For example, running downhill for a long time or doing intense intervals puts more strain on your muscles than a casual jog. This system gives you an adjusted mileage value that reflects how hard your run actually was. Think of it as similar to grad-adjusted pace but for distance. The result is a smarter picture of how your body is being taxed or running. Tolerance works alongside this. It analyzes your past running history to determine how much mileage your body can safely handle in a week. If you go beyond that range, it will alert you that you're pushing too far. This feature is especially useful for runners increasing their volume or coming back from a break. It helps reduce the risk of overtraining, which can lead to burnout or injury. Based on user feedback, the system is useful, but it may need more fine-tuning. For example, if you jump into high-volume weeks quickly, it might lag in adapting fast enough. Next up is running economy, a feature that tracks how efficient your running is. This one does require a Garmin HRM 600 strap to work. It depends on a special metric called running step speed loss, which looks at how much energy is lost each time your foot hits the ground. That data is then used to calculate your overall running economy. While the idea is solid, many users have said it's not always practical. The system tends to favor very slow, steady runs and doesn't handle trail runs or interval training. Well, so if your training includes a lot of variation, the metric might not be as useful to you. Still, it's an interesting tool for advanced runners who want to squeeze out every bit of performance data, and this is just the beginning.